On January 27, 1945, Soviet infantrymen from the 1st Ukrainian Front walked through the gates of the Auschwitz concentration camp into a world of horror. By the time the Soviet military arrived, most of the prisoners had been forced on death marches by the Nazis as German troops fled towards Germany. There are about 7,000 prisoners left alive inside the camp. Auschwitz was a death factory where the Nazis murdered 1.5 million people, many of them Jews who perished in gas chambers or died of starvation and disease. Cipora Feivlovich survived the camp.
We were taken from our home, we were kicked out from our home in the middle of the night. We left everything behind. We were taken to our big synagogue. It was left intact. Our town was very religious, very orthodox. There were lots of Jews, and they tried to squeeze all the Jews into the synagogue. They threw all the benches outside, and there was no room. It was extremely crowded. After 2 days, we were kicked out to the streets. They arranged us in fives on both sides of the streets. The non-Jews were standing and clapping their hands. Bravo! We are getting rid of the Jews. Indeed, they did get rid of us. Not even one Jew remained in that town.
After a brief stay in a Hungarian ghetto, they were deported. They spent 3 days in atrocious conditions journeying to Auschwitz, each cattle wagon packed shoulder to shoulder. When they arrived, Feivlovich and her younger sister were thrown to one side, the boys to the other. They never saw their parents again.
We didn't understand why we were separated from our parents. We wanted to stay with them. We weren't asked. And immediately, when they finished the selection for thousands of young women and girls, we were thousands, since the train is very long, and immediately we got an order to come back to the gates. They immediately gave an order, everyone get completely naked.
Her parents, brother, and best friend all died in Auschwitz. Her sister did survive and went on to marry and have children. Now, as Holocaust Remembrance Day coincides with Cipora's birthday, she uses the day to fulfill her husband's last wish, to tell everyone about the horrors of the Nazi regime's final solution.
My husband demanded of me, don't stop talking about the Holocaust, because if we don't speak about it, there will be enough Holocaust deniers after us. Don't take criticism to heart, and this is what I'm doing. I don't just leave the Holocaust. It's important for me to speak about it, but when I'm finished, it's all over and I resume living my life.
6 million Jews were killed by German Nazis and their collaborators during the Holocaust, wiping out a third of the world's Jewish population. Some 150,000 elderly survivors remain in Israel today, with a similar number worldwide.